Mind you, again, it is all about the landing stage like you've already talked about. It will actually be a mid Monkey King, by the way. So they're not going to put that Lesh mid. Rather, they are going to put him in that off lane. So Emo will be on that Lesh rack. He'll be going up against that Terror Blade, which I guess does make sense. So Skydalicious already trying to switch lanes out. He does not want to be up against this Lesh, and that is much fair enough. Like, the Terror Blade, that would be a real struggle for him. Although I say that.
Yeah.
Turns around again.
Yeah, interesting amount of time spent just walking around for Scott. Odd choice. Really, now he's pretty much missed one creep wave. That's a decent amount of XP and gold to miss out on. And, you know, you're a Terror Blade, you kind of want a decent start. Missing one wave is not ideal, and giving Lush, you know, some free XP is really not ideal. So, well, gonna have to make up for it somehow. Scott.
Does have the Metamorphosis up now. Dog Fights will jump in. Stun is there as well, but this is basically how this lane matchup's gonna go, right? Like, you're gonna see Dog Fights, Impale, you're gonna see Emo go for that Split Earth, and then it's like, what do you even do? Especially if you're the support Axe. Like, how do you even help? He keeps harassing, but it's so rough, and again, the Impale comes out. They won't have time to throw out the Split Earth this time, but Skadi is going to put through that region very, very quickly on this TV.
Yeah, but at the same time, Emo is trading quite well with Fly Solo. I mean, Fly Solo is having a good time with that trade. As a support Axe, you really just want level 3, and then you're kind of comfy. Although, oof, that's a lot of damage on Scott.
This is all level 1 as well. They haven't got any follow-up spells to throw out. Like, once Emo has the Lightning Storm, that hurt. Even Dogfights with the Mana Burn made you enough damage to the Terror Blade. Nevertheless, looks like bot lane, there will be a Necropost in trouble right now. Play Hard is making the chase. No lift of damage. Double Edge will connect. Ghost Shroud not actually quite yet. He will be able to Death Pulse his way out, it seems, although Play Hard still going. Really wants that last fade, and he will find it. Play Hard will actually walk away with his life, and he will keep his back to that mountain immediately. Set it to 0-2 now, the 2-minute mark. Again, Neon Esports, I mean, they're finding some decent kills very, very early on.
Yeah, that's a good start for them again. If you slow down IG, make sure their draft doesn't have a good start, you can definitely come ahead here. And, you know, they're making it work. I believe this support Axe is working okay, although he is copying a bit too much damage. Now it does have that wand. We'll be able to walk away, but pretty close call for Fly Solo.
Was. Yeah, that next storm though. They'll start to do a lot of damage with free mark, especially with that 4-second cooldown. But Fly Solo, again, it's like, what does he do in this situation? He keeps throwing out Battle Hungers, which is probably the right way to go about this, but Guardi is really winning out in this last hit order. They do get the call off. Meanwhile, Rappy ends up going bot lane. Nice Impale though from Dogfight to save the day. Now Fly Solo, he actually dodges that stun attempt. While Play Hard, again, falling very low. Concussive shot will follow, but he will be alright.
So yeah, a lot of early harass coming out from both sides. Again, when you have these kinds of supports, you kind of have to expect this. Support Axe is really just lane dominant. Again, Hero itself is just lane dominant in the early game. So you're just out there spamming Battle Hunger, trying to get some counter heal access on the enemy heroes. The only difference is really you don't focus on farming.
Gonna try and get started. Fly Solo again running in. Battle Hunger is there. Skydalicious is still okay throughout all this. He has the Metamorphosis. Meanwhile, Spike Carapace is on cooldown, so Dogfights may end up losing his own life. He does go for the cell cancellation, and Fly Solo will keep safe. All is available. They won't fight Dogfights throughout the tree line. Meanwhile, bot lane, they'll find Ollie again on this Skywrath Mage. Neon Esports, I mean, they're winning out every single lane apart from that mid lane right now, where Doodle is dominating on this Monkey King.
Yeah, I mean, that's the, you know, that's the strength of Monkey King against melee heroes. Actual melee heroes, because Monkey King is not quite a melee hero, I want to say, you know. People like to say he is. I consider his range to be not melee. 300 attack range compared to your average melee attack range of 150. Yeah, totally melee. No, and you know, it's a struggle for Kunkka to actually keep up here. I mean, Tidebringer is a great tool of harassment, but you walk up there, Monkey King gets 2 right clicks on you while you're trying to get Tidebringer off. Rough time.
You see at the bot lane, playing hard. Does end up falling. He was fighting over those bounty runes and does manage to grab one for himself, but fortunately for him, doesn't manage to grab the second one. Ollie had already picked that one up. Meanwhile, Doodle really playing around in this mid lane, like he is not afraid of whatsoever.
A couple years back, he was dominating the Southeast Asian scene when he was playing in it.
With that
got first phase ban against Execration.
He has
on that
absolutely
team.
no fear against Kunkka, even with that Tidebringer. This stage, he's out-leveled him by 3 levels. He is 37 last hits, 26 denies in this mid. That is insane.
Yeah, compare that to Mark's 12-0 on Kunkka. That's not a good time for a Kunkka. You know, I don't think we've seen a Kunkka get shafted this hard in the lane in a long time, Mike. Usually, the Kunkkas seem to be having good, at least a very even mid lane matchup, but against this Monkey King, it just looks really hard.
It's not going to get much easier. They'll send by Subtle in there. He hasn't in his room, but Doodle saw him. So they will get the X off, but now he can't afford to give his life away like this. The call, it does come in. He's in massive trouble, Doodle. He will end up falling. But the gold was split. In fact, Mark will be able to find a bit of time to free farm in this lane. And I feel like that's the most important part. Like, he's still going to be 2 levels behind, but he can at least try and close the gap a bit.
Yeah, I think it's really important to get that kill off. Sure, you rotate 2 supports at the same time. I think it's perfectly fine because your mid lane is really shafted. So you slow down that Monkey King's progression. He is trying to go for a Battle Fury. So as long as you keep killing him, he's, you know, it's going to be very hard for him to build up that gold. And I think it, you know, Neon Esports can apply that pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. We did Ollie bot lane, ends up falling, but it was just a lift into a good stop. Like, if he gets caught out by the lift, there's just no way to survive that. So Ollie, I mean, that's his 3rd death of the game so far. He may have to be a bit careful because he has died every single time in the exact same way. Now the Stampede comes in. They want this Necrophos. Mind you, he does have the Ghost Shroud, but Fate Bolt is not going to be available. Then will get concussive shot now with the Arcane Bolts, and it looks like they're going to lose their Centaur rapidly. He's trying to make a run for this, but he can't make it enough. I'm actually not sure what the plan was there. Like, Ghost Shroud was ready to go. They don't have the burst potential.
It seemed a bit keen. I think maybe expended the double edge a bit too early there. I think what you want to do is the Centaur against the Necrophos. Wait for the Ghost Shroud to be up, and then you double edge. Your double edge is magic damage, so it will be amplified by Ghost Shroud, and I think you could probably burst him down for that.
Mind you, top lane, they did end up getting Sky Delicious on that Terrorblade. The dogfights, then Emo. I mean, they were left alone to do whatever they wanted against the TB. He didn't have Metamorphosis available, so he was just a sitting duck. He is still 2nd in terms of last hits. Like, that going to be some decent gold going away to this Lishrak. And it looks like Neon, though, are going to go for a smoke attempt now. Again, in that mid lane, if they can hit the X, it's easy to get the call off on the Doodle. So he will break the smoke, the trees, the turret will not connect. That was a very lucky tree dance coming in time, and he will avoid that gank.
Yeah, that's again one of the strengths of Monkey King as well. You can break smoke just by hanging around in the trees, and for the most part, you know, the enemy team won't really see it unless they have flying vision over the area. So you will be able to get away with that as a Monkey King.
Lane though, Emo gonna get jumped on this Leshrak. He goes down very easily. Now Ollie will be the next target. 4 heroes down there to make sure he goes down. And Fly, well, he got the call off anyway.
Dogfights.
Dogfights. Try and go for a bit of a trade here. And go off the Fly on the axe, but making his own life away because of this. The call is going to be up in just a second as well. And it seems like they know someone's around. So the Impale will be there, a very easy pick, and nobody will be there to actually get the return kill off. Of course, Rapid, he wasn't available on that Centaur, like he wasn't ready to go. So a nice pick off coming out from the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, and that is a support axe kill though, so not quite I mean, it doesn't really hurt too much. I suppose if you're fly solo, you're pretty okay with that. Copying the gank over 4.
Rapid. Well, the stomp comes out. The lift is there as well. Actually, plus mid lane.
Emo dies as well.
They end up getting the Kunkka. Oh, they did end up losing Emo at the top lane, apparently. Delicious ends up finding that one. So a lot of kills around the map. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get to catch what happened in that mid and top lane because we were watching bot. Unless you managed to catch it, right?
I just saw top lane. Emo was just trying to get the bounty rune, I believe, and walked into a Axe and Terrorblade in Metamorphosis. That's it. Just simple. Wrong place at the wrong time.
It does happen. Mark. On that Kunkka now, level 9. There is still a level 10 Monkey King, but he's caught up quite decently now. He is going for that max X after the Tidebringer, which does make sense.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, or they're going to make the chase. Nice Impale, Mystic Flare comes out. That is the strength of this support lineup though. As long as that Impale connects, there's not really a way out of it. So bot lane, they will make a chase onto the Necrophos. He does have Ghost Shroud again, and he's going to turn around onto Play Hard. Double it does come out from Rappy. So Rappy may be in trouble. Double Impale will connect. Now the Monkey King jumps in as well. Boundless Strike keeps him in place, and Rappy ends up falling. Now flying solo with that Jigu Mastery, popping so much damage, and he will end up going down as well. For 9-9, a very, very even game. Game number two, but the net worth still remains 2k. The way of IG. Scardy TP's up to that top lane, almost gets ganked by Emo and Ollie, but he does manage to get out. Mind you though, that tier 1 tower, not going to be so lucky. The Diabolic Edict kicking in, taking it out quite early on. So,
yeah, that's the strength of, you know, IG's early game, mid game. Again, they come in line rather fast.
Mark mid lane, he's in massive trouble right now, John. Boat will come in, but they already had that Jigu Mastery on Doodle. The boat run wasn't going to be enough. And IG, 4k net worth lead now. They are really starting to pull ahead. And mind you, apparently Emo finds Scardelicious top lane as well.
I mean, he did TP up there. He had no way of going out. It's not like those heroes were going to leave the lane just yet. Really rough time for Neon right now.
Play Hard almost gets caught out as well. So it does look like the Monkey King won't bother chasing any further. He'll just get back to farming. He's going to be going for that standard Battle Fury build we'll see on Monkey Kings. So fair enough. But again, 5k worth lead for IG now. You really can't ask for a better start with this draft.
Yeah, it's been a good start for IG. They've bounced back from that pretty rough start in the laning phase. And again, all their heroes kind of come online at this point in the game, around 13 to maybe 35 minutes is when they peak out. And that's when they're really strongest. They don't really need too many items either to reach that power spike. Like Monkey King doesn't even have items yet. He just has the Perseverance and Aquila power treads, and that's it. Now Doodle's still been wrecking face around the map, you know, and once he has that Battle Fury, he'll be able to scale into the late game by farming. So there is some scalability as well going past the 35-minute mark, but again, it's at this point in the game when IG's heroes are just naturally strongest.
It's like Neon Esports, they're going to stick this 4 at this bot lane. They're going to try and push out that tier 1 tower. Mind you, it is very, very healthy. So Necrophos will get caught out. He does show himself. Does have the Ghost Shroud. Does not commit it quite yet. Now the support comes in. They don't have enough to burst him down. Reaper's Side comes out onto Rappy. He barely gets away. In fact, no, he doesn't. The Boundless Strike does catch him. They really cannot team fight into the Neon Esports side right now. In fact, dogfights. Finding the Impale. Mark trying to get a torrent off. He will find it. Impale picking up from the Rubik. Not connect on anyone. IG, like that no worth lead right now at 6k, and the experience lead as well. Like, how do you even fight into this if you're Neon?
You really can't. It's at this point in the game where you kind of slow down, try to farm up in your Terrorblade, maybe get some space for your Axe as well to work onto that Blink Dagger slowly but surely, and just bide your time, you know, try to delay the game as much as possible.
mid lane. They are going to find the cooker again. It's just so easy. Like, Dogfight sets up with the next assassin and then just into the Monkey King. Bot lane as well. They end up finding play hard on that Rubik. 14-9 now. They are not slowing down at all. Meanwhile, Emo on this left track has been farming up. He does pick up that Yule Scepter. As well as that, the Battle Fury does come out onto Doodle. Things get a lot worse. Like, you look at Skylicious' farm, he is quite behind. Like, he is in fact behind all 3 cores of IG. And he has got no real core items to speak of. In fact, top lane now, they go after Rappy as well. Boundless does connect. Impel is available, but that, well, will run out for the moment. Stampede does make it hard, but Doodle is not going to give up. He has the tree dance in just a second.
Oh boy.
Yeah, nice stun though coming out from Rappy. Boundless Strike is up in 5. Doodle's not going to give up. One more right click will do the job. And he finds him. Just so hard. Now mid lane as well. Play hard gets caught out by Emo. He does get the lift off, but the Pulse Nova is still there. Lightning Storm not available. Now it is. He will finish off the Rubik as well. Bot lane though, they do get the dunk off onto the Necrophos at the very least. So Neon find 1 kill around the map. That wasn't to the core Necro, but still falling so far behind in terms of their farm.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, this is what you should really expect from IG's draft. It just comes online fast. Neon takes a bit longer. Again, you want the blink on your axe, your support axe, which is not easy to farm up. Your Terrorblade needs items to really be relevant, and XP. Again, you want to hit those power spikes at level 20 and level 25 for the Reflection and Sunder cooldown. It's going to be a while with how much pressure IG's pumping out. IG's playing this really well on their part. They're not letting off on that aggression. They've just been finding all the pickups on the map, really denying map control from Neon as well. Have not lost any of their own T1s, and you know, it's just IG playing to their own strengths.
Well, they will smoke up now on the side of Neon. Do they find anyone? Like, Doodle on that monkey, he's straight west. I mean, they are running that way, but after this creep wave, he's probably going to start tree dancing again. Smoke will break. Does it react? Yes, he does. Can he get it out? Yes, he can. So damn, it's so hard to catch this monkey thing. Like, you see him for a second. That smoke breaks on the Rubik. It's like, what are you even meant to do about this, man?
You know, I'm not sure why they didn't use Mark in front. You know, he has X Mark, pretty long range at that. You know, it's a long range control. Why didn't they have Mark in front in the Kunkka? Why they rush into the Rubik? He doesn't have a range, and Lift's range is not as great. It's a really strange decision.
I mean, with that, they're going to lose their tier 2 bot tower as well. Nobody's there to defend, and Emo says, thank you very much, I'll just use my Diabolic Edie to take it. They might even go for more. Like, he has it up in 5 seconds. Nobody's coming to defend. In fact, we have 1 TP now from Rappy, but they might be able to find him. Like, they have a Yule Scepter up on this left track. It looks like IG do plan to play it safe, however. They will back off, but 9k the side of IG. Fly solo, nowhere near a Blink Dagger. They just picked one up as well on Rappy, so at least they have some form of initiation now. But this draft they are so far behind. Like, look at Mark's times, he has nothing.
Yeah, they definitely have. I mean, this Skunk has struggled in that mid lane matchup. Has never really recovered because all the space is being eaten up by Scotty.
Emo. They get caught out right now. Does get the split earth off, although the Sunder comes out. They've lost Ollie. A very, very nice rotation from Neon, and very greedy from the side of OG to even try to attempt that next to the shrine. That was, yeah. I mean, that's questionable.
It was very keen. I think they thought they could get away with just killing off Scotty, which is not quite fast enough. They did have the magic damage.
Mistakes as well in the mid lane. What should have been such an easy pickoff onto Play Hard. They missed the Impel. They missed the Bound Strike. They missed everything. Play Hard just walks out of there on the Rubik for free. There's a 3-man rotation mid to try and take him out. They just don't find him.
Yeah, and you know, that's where the tip came out. Just the tip from Play Hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Why the hell not? Like, IG, they keep making these little mistakes, and suddenly ultimately you're going to find yourself up against Terrorblade. You're going to find yourself up against a Kunkka and 2 Blinks coming up from Fly Solo and Rappy. Like, that's hard to deal with.
Yeah, again, it's more on IG to really maximize their power spike, because as you approach that late game, as you go past maybe 35 minutes at the latest, Neon Esports comes online. That's their turn for their power spike. They should have enough, at the very least, a couple of items on each of their cores to really make a difference. They're going to hit their talent spikes as well. And as IG, you just stop scaling at some point. You have 2 supports that just kind of stop being relevant after BKBs, including Leshrac as well. The Leshrac just stops being relevant at all once BKBs are up. The Monkey King's damage just kind of tapers off after a certain point unless you itemize with like Divine Rapiers to really keep it going. And again, you just lack the impact you did 15 to 35 minutes. So past that time, you will start to taper off, and that's when Neon gets pretty scary. I mean, all of your heroes scale nicely, so you should have watched out with your IG.
Oh, mid lane, they missed the call.
Fly Solo held out way too long on that call.
He was in the as well. Like, he had a free run with the call, he just didn't throw it out. He was waiting for his team. But they have to back off. They're tier 2 top tower though. Emo's just taking free. They tried to rotate for that monkey. They keep up the tier 2 forward, and they might just go for the tier 2 mid as well. Like, they still know they're very far ahead in terms of net worth anyway. Trying to push in that bot tier 2 tower while this is happening, but well, we did say like IG can't afford to make mistakes. Neither can Neon, right? Like, little mistakes like that, you lose tower so damn quickly.
Yeah.
Back top lane, they don't go after the Terror Lane. Mystic Player's there with the concussive shot. It is enough. Scarlet just ends up dropping. They'll try to find trades though. Nice double hoop swap into the bow. Noodle still surviving, throws out the Wukong's command. Somehow still alive. He will actually get out somehow. Mark is making the chase. They'll finally find it. Now the double splitter coming up to play hard as well as that Reaper side though. Onto Mark, and Fly Solo is trying his best, but there's the real Reaper side coming up from the Rubik. Play hard, he will end up falling. That's a full team wipe. They still have Emo up with the diabolical eating for just a second.
Yeah, that's at least. That's at least a tier 3, probably full set of racks, honestly. I don't see them pulling back even after Terrorblade is back up. They should be able to at least take racks. No, IG is playing really safe. I think they could have played a bit greedier. I mean, they're gonna lack Centaur, they're gonna lack Kunkka unless they force that buyback. You could have probably taken at least ranged racks from that, but again, IG is playing pretty safe. I think without that Monkey King, they don't feel as confident, so you just pull back.
Unless they find a pickoff. Like hard. They get caught out with the impel. Where's the follow-up though? Splitter will end up connecting, but the lift was there in time. Now play hard should end up dropping. They do throughout the snap beat. Concussive shot falling out. He'll turn around. Down Fly Solo gets the call, but the use was there in time. And now the double splitter miss. Does take down Fly. With that Rappy, a very nice hoof stop onto 3, but what does it matter when nobody else is there to follow up, and now they'll go for the racks.
Yeah, this is definitely much easier. The Axe is dead, the Centaur is dead. There's not much the Kunkka can do without items. He just has a BKB really.
Yeah, he's defensive, but that's all he's got. He gets stunned up anyway. Impel is there to follow up. He might just die to this hit. Oh my! He held on to the BKB. I get why, but chain stunts coming out. It was just enough. Didn't lose the frags 23 minutes in. They might lose more. Like, Doodle is there with them. But again, they choose to play safe. There is still a top shrine and bot shrine second. As well as that, the Roshan is there. So why the hell not go for that instead?
Yeah, and it's pretty hard to keep pushing here. The tier 2 mid is still up. You can't just transition to the mid lane. You'd have to skip over it, go to the bot lane. Not easiest path to walk. But it does look like IG is setting up right around the ramp area just by the Roche pit. Maybe looking to take that tier 2 first and then take Roche. Make it easier for themselves.
This is happening though. Neon are ready to defend this. Mind you, that Metamorphosis was used by Skydalicious, so he won't have it available throughout the team fight. He does have BKB Yasha, but that's all he has. He picks up an ult. Pick up an ultimate, spend all his gold. Picked up something. I swear he just had 2k gold, unless I'm seeing things. But regardless, he won't have buyback available on this Terrorblade. So if they lose this fight, it could just be all over. But they are going to go for the smoke. This is their last ditch attempt. Against Broken, they jump in. The call is there onto the Monkey King. They're trying to press him down.
What?
No, they did this last game. So, Neon's experiencing lag, but every team fight that happens, like big team fights, this tends to happen. I don't know if they can keep doing it. Like, I know the lag's there. Like, it's definitely there, John, right? But this is the second or third time in the last 2 games that this has happened.
Yeah, that's ooh. I don't think this pause even helps them, you know? They're the ones trying to get the jump on. This gives IG a time to react. So, you know guys, this is not gonna help you.
I mean, look, it's probably lag. Like, let's be fair. Like, it probably is lag. We're not saying that it's a tactical pause or anything, but it's just happening too often.
Oh yeah, the timing is just really unfortunate for Neon, because this really does give IG a time to respond. So having to pause at this moment is just really rough, because IG can now see where Neon is looking at the fog right now. Yeah, they do not have vision on Mark at the very least.
Look at Skydalicious.
Okay, they have vision on Scotty. Yeah, just mark out of vision right now.
Hello. They will start fighting. The balance strike was there from the Monkey King. They will at least find him. Now the Sunder off onto that Necrophos Rappy. He will end up pulling regardless, and now Emo gonna find that Terrorblade. Skydalicious should end up dropping. He has no Suns left. Reaper's Sight will be there just in case.
No buybacks.
No buybacks. Do they even beat a Roshan at this point? Like, really? Just go straight for the tier 3s, I reckon, if you're the side of IG.
Yeah, I don't see them pulling back from this push anymore. They're just going to take out this tier 2, take out the tier 3 next, take out another racks, maybe clean up the top racks as well. Maybe even just push straight to tier 4, so I think they can push fast enough. Although they don't have their Monkey King, maybe that's enough to deter them from pushing out again. As we saw last time, when Doodle's down, they just don't really want to go up and force a 5v5.
They'll get the play hard Rubik off. Boat does come in. Now Fly Solo. Nice call is there. No Reaper Sight available. Now Rappy as well. Nice double hoof stomp, but can that burst Emo down? He has 25 oxygen charges. He fills up quite damn fast. It looks like it'll be enough to back them off. X is there as well, but don't they turn around for this? Back again, a nice score from Fly Solo. The Necrophos Ghost Rat is about nice double elbow, and now the split earth as well. Emo, he runs back in though. Marky had that BKB available. Fly Solo has the blink off cooldown in 1 second. Dog Bites is there. Can he find both of them? Yes, he finds Emo, but he gets caught out. Rappy, can he really burst it down with Mark? No, they can't. Doodle there in time, and they have the buybacks available on those 3 cores. Terrorblade is up with Metamorphosis. They can try to defend this. It looks like the Roshan may be the target of IG now.
Yeah, I don't blame them for that. They already got a couple of buybacks they want. Terrorblade's back up. They do not have Necrophos. They're just going to wait for Necro to be back up. So take Roshan. Get yourself ready for the next push, maybe de-push bot lane a bit because it's shoving into your side. And, you know, I think IG's definitely hitting their timing. 27 minutes in, 31-16, 19k net worth lead for IG. And they've still got a lot of time until they start tapering off.
With that Aegis Doodle now, you've got to kill him off twice. He's already been hard enough to kill as it is. Like, they have to commit their whole team on the side of Neon to kill this one Monkey King. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. And now to have to kill him off 2 times in a row, I don't know, with that BKB available as well. It's still a 9-second charge, so he's got plenty of time on that. IG, it's their game to lose. They're out 20k ahead in terms of net worth. Like, it doesn't get much bigger than that at 27 minutes in.
Yeah, that's a very solid lead for IG. And again, they've already taken one full set of racks. Up top, it's fully cleaned out now. They have the Aegis. They have all the tools they need from all their heroes to really just force this high ground push. Neon is still far behind. Terrorblade, not quite online, just has the Dragonlance, BKB, Yasha, really. Kunkka as well, severely far behind. Forced to go for a BKB and just a Sanj, so no damage coming out from Mark. They do have decent team fight, but the counterplay from IG has been great. Dogfights has been on point with his Spike Carapace. Every time that Centaur comes in for the hoof stomp, he just gets stunned up himself.
Well, tower gets pushed in, the pipe is available. Neon, can they defend this? It could be their last chance. So IG again playing very, very safely. That reflection actually doing a lot of damage to Doodle.
You're almost as good as me.
Scotty, he's outside of that base range, so it was a bait. The ball does come in, and now they will take down dogfights. Scotty has committed the metamorphosis. He has used this under the Stampede is there as well. Emo, they'll turn this around. The Wukong's command does come out, though nice splitter from Playhard to stop that from happening. Playhard, he may just end up falling regardless, but Doodle jumps in. They do get the X off on this Monkey King. Can they really take him down? He still holds the Aegis. Rappy will find the first death, though he may end up dying for pause. And it looks like he will, though. Nice core coming out from Fly Solo, but it won't be enough. That was a dieback on that Centaur. Now a death on the Axe as well. They lose 4 heroes. They've caught the Terrorblade out. Skydelicious, no buyback available. They call GG. IG, they'll take it. It will be a 1-to-1 though, to be fair, so it is a draw for this series. Mind you, I'm in the next series, so we'll be coming into it straight off the bat, John. Should be a fun one.
That was a really well played from IG. If they keep this kind of form up, I think it's a good sign for the next series. And I believe this one win, Mike, brings them up to the lower bracket, out of elimination. I do believe, because no,
you are
checking Wikipedia right now.